And hello, fellow raiders. Welcome to another raid video. And I thought I'd talk a little bit about Hydra since I'm wrapping up a run on normal with all epic champions. They recently came out and nerfed the Hydra last week. They weren't the kind of nerfs that I was looking for, but that's what we've got. The number of rotations finally ended, and we are back on rotation number 1. As you can see, I've done 25 minutes on this run. I tried a manual up until I get enough damage, and then I kind of like go, let's just throw it on auto, see how it goes. But, oh no, lost another guy. All right, this is going to wrap up here pretty soon. But the biggest / number 1 issue that I've had with Hydra, that I still have with Hydra, is how the heads change quite a bit. Even in this run here, Head of Decay is no longer here. Instead, we've got Head of Wrath. The Head of Torment was here before, and now it's over here. But before that, we had the Head of Suffering. Poison. It was a poison head. Let me look at something else here. Blight. That was it. It was Blight. Blight, the guy who puts up the AoE poison clouds. So just go to run auto. So my team wasn't exactly built to handle that, but I was able to get through it. That's part of why it's taking so long. This is almost 30 minutes for just one key, and there's a lot of RNG involved, and I might have had to restart. Hydra still is not a very enjoyable experience, but I have been trying to work on using the Doom Tower Champions in a Hydra team. And I have 3 of them here. It's kind of questionable the other ones that might be useful. I got Dark Kale and Rayan right here. Akoth. Let's scout this. We'll take our 9.8 million and go home. Here's our summary screen of what's going on. So I got half Doom Tower champions, half not Doom Tower champions. Rector and the Doom Priest mostly just provide the healing and take care of Torment, and some Husk for the extra damage. And the A1 Provoke did come in handy with the Head of Decay. So if you're looking for an all-epic team, Doom Tower champions you get, some of them are pretty useful. Rian, I mostly have in to handle the Head of Mischief, the guy who steals all your buffs. So Rian can cleanse, and he can place a block of buffs on his A1. It is a percentage chance, so it's not always going to work. Probably the real star of the show is going to be Akoth. Akoth does a few things very well. First off, he's an HP burn champion. There's always 4 heads alive, so he's always going to have the chance to place HP burn at 100%. But if this is an attack, so weak hits or poison cloud will stop him. But additionally, he will also throw out a shield buff to everybody. His increased cooldown skill does not work against the Hydra, so oh well. And then last, his A1 can place decreased crit rate. Meh. It's good for something, I suppose. But it's mostly just a damage A1. And I did the whole fight without using any masteries, so masteries would make him even better. Following up to that, Dark Kale is very, very good. I put him in Relentless because I want him just cycling his turns. There's a theme here where I forget to do masteries, so I farm them. I just forget to actually take the time to do them. But his skills are quite nice. A word about his poisons. This is a very nice skill, but it only works on certain heads. Decay being one of them. I forget the other one. Decay and one other head are susceptible poisons, and when the Hydra head has been severed, you can throw these on there as well. This is an exceptionally good skill, using decreased attack and extending the duration of all debuffs. So you are enabling your HP burn to stay up longer is basically what I like to do. And then his A1 can trigger the HP burn and poisons, which is very good for AoE damage if you have some extra HP burns to do. And last but not least, who's not quite built yet, Rian's kind of a weaker champion among the bunch. But if someone goes down, you can revive, so it's a backup reviver. And on a 3-turn cooldown, you can cleanse or strip buffs and place a weaken. So if you have a champion that does only decrease defense, for example, Rian's a good pairing. Then it has the 50 bookable to 70% chance to place some block buffs, and that will help clamp down the head mischief a little bit. So those are the champions I was generally using. I threw in a Doom Priest and a Rector and a Husk to round out my epic team. And as you can see, they did okay. I always wanted to do a all epic team for Hydra. Because I think normal Hydra should be doable by epics. And I think even with my half filled out masteries on half of these guys, this team did fine. It still takes a long time, but that's Hydra for you. And hopefully they get around to fixing the RNG-ness with the head respawns, because that's just no fun. Okay, so I'm gonna hold my nose and do hard now that I have normal out of the way. Hopefully you are having more fun with Hydra than I am, and I will see you guys next time.